Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. My name is Maria Flemina Solomon, Assistant Professor, St. Albert's College, Autonomous, Ernakulam. So last class we learned what is photojournalism, who is a photojournalist and various skills required for a photojournalist. So today we'll be discussing more about photojournalism, different types of photojournalism and also in the importance of composition in photojournalism. So, photojournalism has grown into a specialized form of photography and it has got various branches. Each type has its own style and approach. So, let us get familiar with some of the major types of photojournalism. First one is sport news photojournalism. This means covering events that make day-to-day news like political news, crime, accidents, etc. This is in fact the most common type of photojournalism and is most demanding for a photojournalism. So in the first type, sport news photojournalism, as we can see, these are the examples of photographs of sports news photojournalism. In this type of photojournalism, we'll be taking photographs of breaking news events like crime, accidents, natural disasters, etc. So, in this type of photojournalism is very common. Second type of photojournalism is sports photojournalism, one of the important one among the types of photojournalism. So, as sports events are a big part of news, there are photojournalists who specialize in photography sports. This is also because sports photography requires a specialized skill as well as equipment. Nowadays, there are photojournalists who specialize in photographing individual sports. That means in this type of photojournalism, we take photographs of athletes and sports events. So, there are also sports photojournalists who specialize in a specific category of sports. That means in India, cricket is a very common sport. Some photojournalists specialize in this category because it's very popular in India and it is played throughout the year. Next one is travel photojournalism. This type of photojournalism involves the documentation of an area's landscape, people, cultures, customs, and history. In this type of photojournalism, photojournalists capture images of people, culture, and customs. So these type of photographs inform and inspire people to explore and travel around the world. So these type of photographs are commonly seen in magazines. Fourth one is glamour photojournalism. Film stars and other famous personalities have become a major part of news coverage as most people want to peep into the lives of rich and famous. There are photojournalists who specialize in this kind of photography only are called paparazzi, which is an Italian word. So in this type of photojournalism, photographers take photographs of celebrities and film stars, and glamour photojournalism is commonly seen in magazines and other media outlets that focus on entertainment and film related news. So a photojournalist who specializes in glamour photojournalism is called paparazzi, which is an Italian word. Fifth one is wildlife photojournalism. This is regarded as one of the more challenging forms of photojournalism. Advanced photographic equipment as well as good knowledge of the animals' behavior as well as the terrain is needed to take wildlife photographs. So, in this kind of photojournalism, photojournalists take photographs of wild animals and their natural habitats. So, this category requires skill, patience, and understanding of animal behavior. In this type of photojournalism, photojournalists usually use specialized equipments like high-speed cameras and telephoto lenses. Any photograph should speak about itself. That means Any person who sees a photograph should be able to understand what the photograph is trying to convey. There is a saying, a single photograph is worth 1,000 words. You must have seen photographs that leave lasting impressions on you. Have you wondered why it is so? It is because the subject is placed in the frame in such a manner that it leaves an impact on the viewer. So, this placing of subject within the frame is called composition. Composition. The placement of subject or subjects within the picture frame is called composition. Composition has a special meaning when it has to convey news to the public, as it is in the case of photojournalism. Placement of subject being photographed leaves an impact on the viewer. Composition also deals with making the picture look more appealing to the eye. Consider an example that you need to take a photograph of a poor man. So you can take a simple photograph of a beggar and convey the message. But you can take the same photograph by placing the beggar in front of your camera and at a direction in which a rich man is sitting inside his big car. This photograph will make more impact than the former one. It is because its composition highlights on the poor man that is against the rich man. Action photographs of war or sports show a kind of energy that should make the viewer feel that he is in the midst of those action. That means action sports photographs that we see in sports pages make us feel that we are in the midst of that particular game. Composition also demands balance, that is to say, a photograph must be taken in such a manner that it should not seem to make our eye wander to a corner. That means in composition, balance is very necessary. The various subjects should be organized that picture has a pleasing effect. So, for a pleasing effect, there should be balance and everything should be in an organized manner. Rule of thirds. Rule of thirds is one of the most basic rule of framing. So it is considered as one of the most basic and important rule in photography. It states that elements in a frame must be so placed that they roughly fall on the intersection of the lines that divide the frame into 3 rows and 3 columns. This rule helps in leaving a positive impact on the viewer. So, as we can see, this frame is divided into 3 rows and 3 columns. So, according to the rule of third, subject should be placed in such a manner that it roughly falls on any of these intersecting lines. This is what rule of third is about. Next one is camera angle. Camera angle is another factor that has an impact on composition. If the person in a picture is an important person, one composes the picture by keeping the camera below the person's eye level. Taking a picture from above a person's height, also called top angle, makes the person appear small. That means you need to take a photograph of an important person like a politician. So if you need to make the person look larger in the photograph, you need to place the camera below the person's eye level. If you need to make the person look smaller in the photograph, you need to take the picture above the person's height. All such methods of composition are employed to make the picture more effective so that the viewer can immediately understand its meaning. So, camera angle is very important in composition. Thank you.